Hello everyone, welcome to Athonian Star channel. My name is Marek, as you already know, and today I want to be building, or actually painting, custom painting those columns or pillars. They are Greek pillars, and actually I have seen a video online where a guy was painting a column and it was quite nice, and I decided to order also some of those columns, or here it says pillars, online on eBay. Actually it was not eBay, it was Alibaba or wish.com, and I ordered 10 of them, but then what I received is 10 packages, yeah? And each contained 4 separate columns. So in the end I have 40 instead of 10. Here I picked 4 of them already, and I decided that I will start now with 4 of them, and if I'm successful, then of course I will probably make more in future and create some nice Greek diorama with some nice buildings and paintings and I don't know what else. But first I really need to try hard and paint those 4 columns so that they look awesome. Yeah, and here I use the alligator clamps to hold it, and also this primer. So it's a big can, and actually it's an army painter, big size, uniform gray, and I will use it to create the first base layer of a gray color. And maybe I did a mistake because I used it here at home, and you can see how much of this spray is now outside, and I was breathing it and I didn't really feel comfortable. It was so stinky and probably also not really health friendly, so I had quite a pain in my lungs after inhaling all this base paint. So next time I will do it definitely outside and not here inside, because there is a lot of it coming out of the can when you spray it like this. Then I used my wet palette. I put there a little bit of clear water, tap water of course, nothing that I would have to buy. And here we have this Ulthuan Grey. Yeah, so a color usually used for painting small figures, fantasy figures, and here we have a regular kitchen sponge. I will just stir at the corner, which I will then later use instead of a thick brush. Yeah, so very nice. And this is actually a good method. Yeah, so I'm using here this Athonian Grey, and actually painting very small tiny dots on the pillar, and hoping that the effect will be very nice. Yeah, so I think this is really better than using a brush, because you don't destroy your expensive brush and you can just use whatever you have in your kitchen. The next step is really using here 2 different colors. One of them is Mechanicus Standard Grey, second one base Celestra Grey. So I will mix those 2 together and then create another layer so that it really looks awesome. So here mixing the colors together on this wet palette. Yeah, this is something what I also purchased, and then using my sponge, or at least a piece of it, to gently paint it with this mix of 2 colors and creating another layer very gently. Yeah, and actually I had to use a little bit more of this sponge because the old one was already dry. And here you can see the results. So 2 of the columns are already painted with this light gray, and now it's time for some Mechanicus Standard Grey. So another step, this is probably the darkest of all the gray colors I have, and now using only this one, Mechanicus Grey, to really make it again a little bit better. Good, then the next thing is using this shade Nuln Oil, which is something that will actually give it a little bit more deeper look, and what you will actually do with that is that you will highlight the shadows. Yeah, so here I used a little bit of water, so the recommendation here is to use it one by one. 1 drop of water and 1 drop of this Nuln Oil. I don't even know how to read it, sorry. So shake it a little bit so that it comes out, and then of course gently I use my eyedropper here, and I only use few drops here, mix it with water, and then hoping that the effect will be really worth it. Yeah, because I had to buy actually a lot of different colors for those 4 columns, like 5, 6 different, and it was also quite expensive, yeah, just for the sake of having some columns. I don't even know if I will use them in future, but at least I can make this video and entertain you a little bit with this DIY process, how to do it. Yeah, so as you can see here, I'm painted with a regular brush, and I actually use just a little bit of it so that there is no excess, and later I will show you the result, of course. Alright, so that's another color, Longbeard Grey. This is again one of the lightest colors. It's still gray, but it's almost white, so actually very light tone. And the intention here is to really only highlight the edges. So I used my brush here instead of the sponge, because the sponge would actually color more than I want. And here actually I had to use it like this, yeah, so with slight moves there and back, and actually maybe at this stage I really destroyed it. Then I also wanted to use a little bit of Athonian Camoshade, or green Camoshade. Is it actually green Camoshade? Probably it is. And the intention here is to make it a little bit green, so when you have water going down when it's raining, then of course there is a little bit of green color. And then the last step is the varnish, whatever, however you call it, and this is to seal the paint a little bit, so that if you touch it then with your wet fingers, it will not blend. So that's really the final step. And I made a mistake here again. I wanted to spray it inside, and later I regretted it, because it was so stinky that the whole interior was then stinky like hell, and everybody complained here. So guys, if you don't want to have an angry wife, don't do it inside, otherwise you will hear some nasty words afterwards. Alright, and here the final result. So you can see a little bit of this green color at the bottom, the rest is quite fine. We have some shadows, and yeah, so maybe you tell me in the comments if you like it or not, what maybe I should do better next time. And I know that it's not perfect, it's far from perfect, but look at it. If we have now 4 columns and we place a nice Mercedes-Benz car, this AMG GT 4-door, it's really nice. Yes, just imagine that you have more of those columns, and then it would really be nice if you have the whole pantheon, something like that. Very nice. So thank you for watching, and let me know if you like it and how to improve it.